time for the holler, y'all. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, your friend, your brother, your cousin, your nephew, your uncle, the whole 9 yards, in the great words of my brother, the great Kurt Franklin. First of all, let me just say, welcome you guys to the 100th episode of the Independent Scene, you guys. Your boy has made it to 100 episodes, and I can't be no more grateful for this opportunity, for this platform. I am truly blown beyond measure. I am truly grateful for every opportunity that I've gotten to grace this platform with these shows and with these episodes. Y'all have been so truly humbling and amazing to me. Y'all have shown me love. Y'all have shown me support, and I cannot thank y'all enough. 100 episodes. Oh my God. Can y'all believe it? I literally made it to 100. So as y'all can see right now, I am literally hyped right now. Like, words can't even describe the love that I've been getting throughout the day today on this 100th episode. Much salute to everybody that has graced this platform. Shouts out to Oxymoron. Shouts out to One Eye Willie. Shouts out to 100 all the woman. Shouts out to Private Party VIP. Listen, man, when I tell y'all tonight is about to be the littest episode in my life. Thank you to every single person, y'all. I can't even contain my excitement. I'm at 100. You feel me? Listen, guys, I really, when I started this journey, months ago, man, I didn't know where this show was going to take. I didn't know where this show was going to lead, but all it took was some faith, as y'all know, for all my Christians out there. It took faith and it took hard work. And because of God and because of y'all, I made it to this accomplishment. I made it to this milestone. I thank you, God. I thank you, my brothers and sisters, for rocking with me throughout this process. It's been hard, but I've been putting in the work. Shouts out to my brother Too Real, who's also been a big influence on me. Shouts out to the whole 25 Nation. Shouts out to my mother, Patricia Taylor. Shouts out to my godmother, Sonia K. Battle. Shouts out to my best friend. Shouts out to my biological brothers, my biological sisters. Man, listen, y'all, I just don't know what else to say at this point. I mean, to know that it started with an idea and to see the idea grow from then to now. Come on, y'all. Your boy is working. Your boy is hard working. And usually, as they say, I don't like to toot my own horn. But again, for all y'all that know me and that has been around me and that have been working with me, collabing with me, y'all know the excitement that's running through my body, that's running through my brains right now. So I am truly appreciative and thankful for all of y'all, man, because y'all have really put a fire in me. Y'all have been supporting me since day one. Y'all have been loving on me since day one. You know what I'm saying? And I cannot thank y'all enough for just being truly great artists, truly great people, truly humbling people, to say the least. And tonight's episode, you guys, is going to be lit. It's going to be amazing. I am going to be talking with my brother Lvitto from the family Bizness. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be my 100th episode guest on tonight. I hope you guys are ready to receive this knowledge and this wisdom, because for those of you that know Lvitto, y'all know this brother, he comes with the heat, he comes with the pressure, he comes with it all. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to invite him into this broadcast. Because guys, it's really about to go down. I was about to say something, but I had to remember in the heat of the excitement. But like I said, guys, I am truly grateful to all of y'all for always just, giving it to me real and always being honest with me and straight up forward with me. Because without y'all, like I said, there would be no Honcho J. Without y'all, there would be no independent scene. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to y'all. And with that being said, my guest Lvitto is in the building. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my guest on 100 episodes of the Independent Scene, y'all, my brother, my friend, my mentor, my role model, my idol, the whole 9 yards, my guy, Lvitto. Let's holler at him, y'all. Waiting for the thing to connect. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this thing started off right. You know what I'm saying? Cause Boy, when I tell y'all, boy has been on a hype all day for this episode, man. To reach episode 100, bro, I'm trying to tell you, this is a milestone for your boy. Like I have truly, like I said, I have truly been putting in the work, doing my research, laying the foundation, and it's because of people like Lvitto, who's also been an impact in my life, who's been a huge influence in my life, and teaching me what I need to be taught, giving me the advice and the tools and the knowledge and the wisdom to push this thing and to continue to go forward. So Lvitto, bro, salute to you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate you. I definitely have a ton of respect for you. I love you, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep applying the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Definitely keep applying that pressure to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still going for it. You know what I mean? All right. So we're trying to get them in the building. Hold on. We're going to try this one more time. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, man. Like, this is real, y'all. Like, I really am, like I said, I'm at a loss for words right now because I can't even believe it's here. Bro!
Yo, what's good, buddy?
What's good, my guy?
Hey, how you, man?
Man, listen, when I tell you I am on 1,000 right now, dog, just to be, and I say this all the time, anytime that I have the opportunity to talk to you, bro, I am always blown away by just your undying passion, your gratitude, your determination, bro. So I just want to take the opportunity to thank you for all of what you've been doing for this culture, for this industry, man, because you have really been putting in work as well. And I cannot thank you enough for being an influential in my life and being a brother for me, a big brother
Right.
to me, and really just, teach me what I need to be taught. And so it's because of people like you, man, that keeps me going. So thank you, bro. A million
Oh
times
yeah.
over. Thank you. And I love you, bro. Like, no
Yo,
freaking cap.
yo, and it's definitely reciprocated, and definitely appreciate all the kudos. But this ain't ain't about me, man. It's about you, man. It's about that 100 episode, man. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, how it feels, man. You at 100, man. This is
Man,
100,
man, listen.
not 90, not 80, not 90. This is not 99. This is 100, dog.
Bro,
Congratulations, man.
thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Hey, you was here, man. Take a shot with you with some of this, this 7 moons, man. But I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take a drink for you, man. You know.
Most definitely, brother. You know what? Like I said, man, I've been waiting on this for a long time, man. And you and I had talked about this, and I had even shared my dream with you about what I was doing, man. And so to have you supporting me this whole entire time, man, and you ride going with me through this process. You ride going with me through this process and through this journey really has meant the world to me. So again, like I said, I can't thank you enough for just being who you are, being a very positive role model in people's lives and really changing the game and changing the landscape, bro. It really means a lot. You know what I mean?
Hey, yeah, you can only be as influential person who's willing to receive it. You've been a person that's been humble enough. Can you hear me? Can
Yeah, I
y'all
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Yeah, Ben. You've been humble enough to be able to reciprocate information and take constructive criticism and build on that, man. We met a while ago at an event last year.
I remember that.
Who event was that? Ray Jones event.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
exactly.
you had a stat roster. I remember that night, man. You was out there, and from that moment, man, you had a positive energy, bro. So I definitely appreciate your support, appreciate your energy, and definitely encourage that you keep it going, man. Because you at 100 right now, you can't stop. This episode
Exactly.
right here is gonna be in the midst when you get to 1,000. You know what
Ooh,
I'm saying?
wee.
You're gonna get it's
Yes,
that's
sir.
so. But I wanted to say, man, 100 means a lot of stuff, man. It just means self-motivation and infinite potential, bro. So
Right.
you reach this cap right here in your level. So you at the level of infinite potential, and you're gonna definitely thrive to take that to the next level.
And I definitely appreciate all of that, bro, because like I said, man, like I said, I didn't know where I didn't know where this was gonna take me, man. And you and I, we had a conversation about it, and I realized that I know there are gonna be negative people out here. I know there are gonna be naysayers out here, bro. But to see my own self continue to push myself and continue to go as hard as I do, bro. Like I said, again, it's all thanks to y'all, man. Because again, people like you, people like Too Real, Sundula, my people that's in this chat right now, it's because of y'all that allows me to be who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I could not have done it without none of y'all, man. Like that's
Yeah,
on, like that's really some real shit. Like even to the point of thanking God first, because you know what I'm saying, we definitely got to
yeah.
credit the Most High, because without God, none of this, none of y'all, none of this show, none of this Huncho J wouldn't even been born, wouldn't have been created. So
You won't exist. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So I am just, man, I said I'm so overwhelmed, bro. I've been receiving love all day, bro. You know what I'm saying,
That's what's up, man.
from
Hey,
everybody.
it's
So
only gonna get bigger, man.
it just means the world to me. So, like I said, we're gonna get into this show, man, because hey, this is
Let's
the
do
moment
it. Let's do it.
this
Let's get
has been the
into
moment
it,
we've been
man.
waiting for.
Listen.
So first things first, bro. How did you get how did you
Hold up. Hold on back. Can you see
all right.
me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see you.
I don't do stuff. I don't usually do stuff like this. So this is definitely a special occasion, man. So I definitely rock with you if I'm doing something like this with you, man. Because I'm
Hey,
usually
and
busy, man.
right, and like I said, with you know, with you being as busy as you with as busy as you are, and you taking the time out to come and be on episode 100 and talking to me, bro. Like I said, it truly warms my heart and it means the world to me. And you, like I said, you are truly very influential in my life, and I definitely can't wait to see what's next for you, and definitely can't wait to continue the journey with you as well, my brother, because you are
Yeah,
definitely out here and you are definitely pushing me towards my limit, and I thank you for that.
that's it. All right, but let's get into it, bro.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, bro. Where did the music start? Where did it originate, and how did you come up with the name Lvitto and the collective name Family Business? So talk to us a little bit about it.
Um, I always been a fan of music. Let's say that. I always been a fan of music, and with me being a fan of music, allowed me the opportunity to explore different genres of music early on. You know, from Michael Jackson to Prince to even down to hip hop to the Rakims, the LL Cool J's, and the
Right,
Run DMC's. It was just as a kid, man. It was just cool to look at, man. How they took a brand like Adidas. Adidas was
right,
a real popping brand in the late '80s, man. Adidas and Puma, and they
right,
took that brand and made it a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And as a kid, I just thought it was cool, but just coming from where we come from, man, in the late 80s, because the 80s was a crack era, so we had
right,
to find a way up out of there. How they used to say you had to, coming out that era, you either was a drug dealer or you was a basketball player, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Or a
right,
rapper, you know what I'm saying? So it emerged to being a rapper. So during that time, I took a liking to artists like Rakim and LL Cool J, and down to my early young age of 10 years old, I listened to a lot of Tupac, Biggie, and NWA. I was too young to listen to it, but I listened to it because my parents told me not to listen to it. So, NWA, but then with Biggie Smalls, I took a liking to the way he delivered his words, man. Nas too, and this is before Jay came into the picture. So Biggie was the man, and he dropped this video and song called "Victory." You remember that song?
I do remember that
Victory.
song.
It was that
Yeah,
you remember that video?
I
That
do.
video the video was very cinematic, man, to where it captivated me. To this day I watch that video to see how Busta Rhymes was on the top of the building and all the cars, all the
Right,
explosions and the theatrics
right.
and what Biggie was saying, man. So I was around like 10 or 11 when that came out. So that song was called Victory. But that goes on later on into the story of my name. So that throughout high school, I began rapping. Used to have a tape player. I used to
Mm-hmm.
walk around with everywhere, man. I used to record everything. Everything that was hot on the radio. I would take my tape player and put it right there and
Mm-hmm.
record it on my tape player. And I would take instrumentals. All right, so I haven't told anybody this. I would take instrumentals off the end of a song,
Mm-hmm.
record it on my tape player,
Mm-hmm.
take that tape, put it into the radio, and take my
Mm-hmm.
tape player and loop it. I would loop the
Okay.
beat, and then I would rap on it because I didn't
Okay.
I didn't have access to instrumentals back in the day. So I would just I would rap on it. So over time I began rapping, and then I grew up, born and raised in Durham, so I grew up in the West End. So I used
Bull
to battle
City.
cats. Yeah, I used to battle cats, and they used to call me Spotlight as a young
Okay.
age. You call me Spotlight. So um, my original name is Carlos. So my nickname was Los, so they would call me Los Vegas, Spotlight Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So it go hand in hand. So over time, you know, I went by that name for a long time. But you know, just learning about the game and learning about business, it's all about, you know, being original and having your own identity. So Los Vegas wasn't original because you heard of King Los, right?
Right.
There's a Jamaican artist by the name of Mr. Vegas. So I couldn't go by neither one. I wanted my own individual name, so I changed it to LV. So
Okay.
when I changed it to LV, that you look on Google right now, there's 1,000 LVs. Not only is
Right.
Louis Vuitton, but there's a lot of LVs. So you
Right.
know, I had to try to really dive in because I was bummed out for a second. I'm like, yo, how can I identify myself originally? So I called it LV. So I called myself Lvitto. So the LV means love victory.
Okay.
I love to win, and the only way you win is through love.
Right.
And I connect the Vito because Godfather is my favorite movie of all times. And
Okay.
Vito Corleone. Have you seen Godfather?
I have.
Okay, Godfather, Vito Corleone. He was the Don, so he was my favorite. That was my favorite movie. I always looked up to him. So that's what El Vito come with, the LV and the ITTO. It come together as El Vito, and that's is the artist you looking at today. Family Business came from experience of life, just dealing with artists, dealing with managers that want to be managers but can't manage themselves.
Right.
Feel me?
Right.
You understand? So
Right.
you'll find yourself in this hamster wheel of broken promises of, yo, we're
Right.
gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, but they're really there just to hear themselves talk. So with that being said, I didn't want to go through that anymore. I began to educate myself and detach myself from that situation and go back to the beginning of back when the late 80s started, when they took Adidas and Puma. And as they're doing right now, I made it a brand. And I wanted to create not only a brand, I wanted to create a lifestyle, a company by artists for the artists that was family oriented. That's where family business came from, you
Okay.
know. So you should want to be family because that's what I'm about. You take care of family first, you take care of the business second.
Right.
And that's where you
Right.
see family business before. And family business is all about top quality production, top quality music, top quality merchandise. Everything is top quality because less is uncivilized.
Most definitely, most definitely. You know what? I definitely appreciate that background history, of how that came about because, for a long time and for as long as I've been knowing you, I've always wanted to know what was the mindset and the history behind it. So I definitely appreciate you for, giving us an inside scoop on, how that all came about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
definitely.
so next thing, so what's the response been like, man? Because I know, you've been around a lot of people, have worked with a lot of people, but what is that response like as an artist and as a black man, as an African American, as a father, and with everything that you do? What has been that response that for people that really truly support you and love you and rock with you to the end?
Now, what you mean? What's that response? So as far as like what I've done and what am I doing?
Yeah, as far as what you've been doing, what you got going on, and things of that
Uh,
nature.
the response it's been it's been mixed. At the beginning, it was very mixed. But now let me just dial it back. At the beginning, it's all love. At the
Okay.
beginning, it's all love until you start reaching a certain plateau.
Okay.
But once you reach a certain plateau, it's all love, and then the love becomes a bit blurry. You start not you in general. I don't get blurry, but the people get blurry, and I begin
Right.
to recognize a bit who's real and who's fake. So you
Right.
begin to get in a situation where you're like, okay, what the love is here, but the love isn't consistent. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
when the love isn't consistent, you begin to step away from the situation and realize, okay, what am I doing here, and why are these people around me? So
Right.
it goes through. You go through that realm when you go to an evaluation point where you evaluate those who are around you, and then realize, can they really go to the next level? Because the higher you go up a mountain, the less air there is. Not
Right.
many people are going to be able to make it. You know what I'm saying? People are not going
Mm-hmm.
to be able to breathe in that type of climate.
That's
So
true.
you have to really make these tough decisions to take yourself to choose, decide whether you're going to go further or be stagnant because someone is incapable to actually reach to the next level. So I feel like the love, it is consistent, but you had to be very wise when you choose who you're gonna be in the circle with. Cause my circle
Right.
started massive. Now
Right.
it's by the size of this right now. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And I plan it's gonna probably get smaller, but I'm prepared for that. And you have to prepare for that. And I say that because as you incline in your success, I'm quite sure you had your trials and tribulations,
I
but
have.
you know what I'm saying? There's people who are around now and that probably wasn't there, and there's people who aren't there who were there.
Right.
And you have to be okay with that because as long as you remain who you are, you are true to yourself, you can take it to the next level. Feel me?
Right.
So, but yeah, as I be going, man, we've been great, man. With my roster, I got artists from Latin trap to pop, R&B, and hip hop. So I like to tap into different genres and see how the reception is there, man. And it's been phenomenal, bro.
Okay. Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate you for elaborating on that, man, because, and this is why I say, you have been one of those ones, man, that, ever since I met you, you've always had that fire and that passion within you. And just to even, it's almost like to even to see what you do, and to watch and to sit back and watch all of what you are doing. It is blowing my mind because, bro, you are truly good at what you do. You are truly passionate about what you do, and and like I said, if it hadn't been
Appreciate it.
for, and if it hadn't been for people like you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So, I'm glad that, even in the midst of you being as busy as you are, I'm glad that you are able to still take out the time that you are able to take out and be able to, still teach people and give people advice and tips and be able to, help people in their career as well. So that way they can continue to win, just like how you want to win.
That's exactly, man. Because let's dial it back for us as a people, man. As a people, we've been taught to not love each other. We've been
Right,
taught to down each other. We've been taught to shun each other. We was taught to steal from each other. You know what
right,
I'm saying? When that narrative needs to stop. And I think at this point in this era of life right now, people are beginning to wake up, man, and realize that your skin is not against you.
right,
You need to love yourself. For one, look in the mirror and love yourself so you can love others. Because some people
right.
don't really love themselves, man. Whether it's either the situation they've been through or the situation they're going through. But they need to realize the only way out is the way through. Feel me?
I
And
agree.
the only way you can overcome that is definitely facing that and open and showing enough, being humble enough to realize that nothing could be done alone. So you have
Right.
to be we all connected as an energy there. You know what I'm saying? And I could get deeper on that on another subject, but as far as energy is concerned, we all have an energy, and whether it's positive or negative, you know what I'm saying, you have to cling on to that positive energy.
Most definitely, most definitely, and I totally agree with that because that's really what it all boils down to at the end of the day. You know what I mean? All right, so next thing I want to get into real quick is when it comes to the songs that you make and the songs that you put out, like what is your main message that you're trying to send out there to the people that are listening that are, streaming your music and really being able to plug your music and your message into their airways, into their ears. What is the message behind it?
The message is to motivate. Be okay with who you are, because I'm a person, again, I'm a businessman. I'm a artist. I'm a father. I'm a CEO. I'm a husband, and it's a lot of hats to wear, and
Right.
within that, you got to find that weird balance, man. So what I rap is my life. I have no time on my day to even sit down and write, like I used to
Mm-hmm.
back in the day. So when I record, I go in the booth and I talk about my life over a beat. So I have a conversation with the instrumental and hope that the person who's listening receives whatever that message comes from, whether it makes you a better father, whether it makes you a better hustler, whether it makes you a better businessman. So my music is to motivate and illustrate that I am who I am. I'm a black man in America. I'm a man in America trying to thrive and survive and never be complacent to be, you know, and never settle for where I am now, because there's always a higher level. You know, I'm in the house right now and there's a ceiling, but when you step outside, there's a sky.
Right.
So, you know, no matter how big a situation, no matter how big the house, the sky is always above that. So I'm always trying to reach the sky and beyond. And that's my message. Always reach beyond the sky, reach beyond the stars, and be okay with who you are.
Okay. Okay. I definitely can relate to that. I definitely feel you on that. Okay. So now my next thing that I want to tap into is, when it comes to, these entertainers out here who have really been putting on for the city and really putting on for their, putting on for the world. What has it been like for you to be able to be as an artist? What has it been like for you to be able to sit back and watch this and then be able to incorporate, not so much how they living, but be able to incorporate your own flow and your own style into your music.
It's dope, man. The reception is phenomenal. The people that I run across that hear my music, they all say the same thing, which is all good things. It says, they love the message. They love the clarity, which I focus in high regards to clarity when it comes to music. If I can't understand what you're saying, I don't want to listen to you. So I focus very much on my words, how I deliver it, what the instrumentation is, and how
Mm-hmm.
level. I want to make sure that the beat and the lyrics, the vocals are level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To where you can actually hear what I'm saying. I want to take you through a sonic journey through whatever the song takes you.
Okay.
And the reception has been phenomenal. It opened up a lot of doors for me doing our first event at Art of Cool. We shared two stages at the Art of Cool in downtown Durham. We put a couple uh, Durham artists, local artists on there. So we've done a lot of things so far in our short period of time, which allowed us the opportunity to do some phenomenal stuff, and that put us in position to where we could plan for a lot more. Unfortunately, COVID kind of slowed a lot of stuff down for a lot of
Right.
people, but I think it was a blessing in disguise, because it allowed me to kind of sit back, spend time with my family, focus on who I am as a person, so I could definitely come back as a stronger and fiercer businessman and artist.
I agree. I agree with that, and that's one of the many things, like I said, that I truly admire about you because like I said it before, anytime that I've seen you and I've seen your work and your work ethic, it just only pushed me more to want to continue to do better and be better and continue to really, perfect my craft even more. So, I definitely, you know, wish that there were more people like you out here. I mean, I'm pretty sure, but then again, I'm pretty sure there probably are out here, but they just hard to find. But what I'm saying,
Right, 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 right.
but you're very, it's very rare that you find it. But when you do, you definitely want to grab a hold to it and stick to it and really just push your own self beyond your limit because you want to you want to put yourself in a position to where that can't nothing stop you no matter how hard you go.
Yeah, you got to put yourself in a position of ownership. That's why I do it all times, man. That's why you don't see me on every flyer, every stage, every show, because I always look on the position of like what am I getting out of that besides just a look. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Is it going to feed my family? Is it going to put me in another position where it's going to open up a door to open up doors for my company?
Mm-hmm.
Or, am I going to get better to build on this, or where I could pass it on to my family? What what
Right.
what am I getting out of it? I have a different conversation with folks when it comes to um, music and business in general. We have a real different conversation because I'm real big into ownership. We need to get out of this consumer mindset. Let's not be a consumer. Everyone uh, has the ability to create. So if you want to create
Right.
something, whether it's a studio, whether it's merchandise, which you see right here, Famo, whether it's beverages, tap into that and own it. Don't
Right.
settle for less. I don't settle for less, man. Whether when it comes to my prices, my recording prices, my show prices, a lot of people don't want to pay that. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm not willing to budge for that, because well, one person won't pay, someone else will, and I'm doing well.
I agree. I definitely agree. As they say, some, when you're getting when you're getting the service and when you're or when you're asking for something, you definitely got to get what you pay for it. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's not like you're just somebody that just putting out just cheap stuff. I mean, your stuff is very high tech, very quality, and very what I'm saying up there. So my thing is if you wanna they wanna do work, they gotta be willing to pay that cost. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
resume's there, man. I
hey,
recorded with some of the best in the area, man. So just check the resume.
already. So with that being said, you say you just spoke about resume and working with people, but who would you in this industry, whether it be locally or entertainment wise, um who would you love to collaborate with and work with? What I'm saying, that's in this industry right now.
In the industry. Man, I would love, man. It's a couple people in the industry I would love to collaborate with, man. For one, I would love to do a joint with Lupe Fiasco, man.
Oh,
I
okay.
love his lyrical ability and the way that I love the way he thinks because
Mm-hmm.
he thinks of things that when I listen to it, I'm like, man, I wish I wrote that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like artists like Lupe Fiasco. I love to go toe to toe with Black Thought. Um,
Okay.
um, when it comes to like hip, of course, they gotta go with the home team. Cole, I've done music with a lot of artists in North Carolina. Like, I mean, you name them, I've done it. I've
Mm-hmm.
done it and made dope records with them. I would love to do a joint, go toe to toe with Cole on the record. But my all time would be Lupe Fiasco. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Lupe
Oh,
Fiasco and Jay. I would love to do a joint with Jay as well because he's definitely been an artist that not few other artists have you know beat over in the track. So I love like Jay, Lupe Fiasco, but Lupe Fiasco, I definitely wanna definitely go toe to toe with him.
okay, okay. I definitely, so definitely shouts out to Lupe Fiasco. Definitely one of the dopest artists out here in the game. All right, so now that takes me to my next question. So I'm sure, you've been watching these, these versus battles that,
Yeah,
the one and only Timberland and Swiss Beats have created and put together.
right.
So what I wonder from you, what's been your response to that as it relates to seeing these very talented, phenomenal artists go toe to toe with each other, hit for hit, record for record? What's been your response to that?
It's dope, man. It's keeping the culture alive, man. It goes and it's highlighting that we are the culture, man. We
Mm-hmm.
keep it alive. You don't see no rock verses going on. You don't see no pop verses going on. Like
Mm-hmm.
we take nothing and make something, man. I love it, bro. It's a beautiful thing. It's a true testament of who we are as a people, man. We're gonna take this COVID situation. We're gonna make some entertainment out of it and make
Right.
some money at the same time. So I love it, man. I think I watched last night. I watched 2 Chainz and Rick Ross, man. That was very entertaining. I love
Most
it
definitely.
to really sit back and give an artist their flowers while they're still here, man. I think it's very important.
I agree. It definitely truly is important. So, with that being said, could you yourself personally see yourself doing a versus? And if so, who out here in the entertainment world would you love to be in a versus battle with?
I don't know. I don't know. It has to be. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I'd be so busy, I didn't think about that. That'll be. I don't know, man. That'll be something. I don't know. You pick that, man, and we can we could talk about that. I don't know. I don't know. I work so much. I don't know who it'd be good with, man. But I would. I don't think I would put a wager up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody, put that out right now. Anybody who want to do something like that, we could definitely set the platform and I put a wager. Yeah, we could definitely put a wage up.
Most definitely, most definitely. Okay, okay. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about venues and when I say venues, because I'm sure you've been all over the world. I'm sure performing on different stages and platforms. But what's been the main platform for you or the main venue for you that you say, okay, you know what, this is the spot, this is the chill spot. I can really get some positive energy, a dope vibe. You know what I'm saying? What has been that venue or what has been that spot for you?
The pin hook.
The Pinhook. Okay,
You've
okay.
been to the Pinhook, right?
Yeah, I've been maybe once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah, the Pinhook is where we started the first
Okay.
Pinnacle event there, and we packed it out. And
Okay.
ever since, and we did it on a Thursday night. The Thursday night, they wouldn't give us a Friday night because they didn't know our capabilities, but we had seen the expectations, and I'll never forget that night because I started doing open mics at the Pinnacle. I mean, at the
Mhm.
Pinhook, which we turned into the Pinnacle. But I started doing open mics there, and we did our first Pinnacle there, and I never forget that. It was my first successful show,
Okay. Okay.
and we built that. I would say second Monaco. Monaco was definitely a location that opened up doors for us to expand the Pinnacle brand. I don't know if you've been to any other Pinnacles. You've been to any other
I've
Pinnacles?
I think I may have been to one. I haven't been to one in
Yeah,
a while, but I think I've
yeah,
been to one. And
yeah. We
yeah.
was gonna do Pinnacle 4 this year, but of course, everything was canceled, so we couldn't do it. But yeah, I would say Pinhook, man. I will always show my respect to Pinhook for giving us that opportunity because a lot of people they wouldn't do it. We had to kind of finagle our way into that situation.
Okay, okay. Next thing I want to tap into is when it comes to family, because I know you're real big on family and you speak about it, quite from time to time. So
Yeah.
what has been your family's biggest response from all of this with you doing, with you being this as I like to call it, extraordinary guy? Like how are they responding to you as like you said, the father, the businessman, the man behind family business and all this? So how are they responding to all of this?
Nah, it's crazy because the other day my aunt sent me a message. She called me. I was busy, like I always am, man. She sent me a message, and I listened to the message. She said, "Hey, I just want to say hello, and could you send me that song about banana pudding? That banana pudding song. Could you send that banana pudding to me?" So
Okay.
just to hear stuff like that, it warms my heart, man. Just to know that my family is taking to my music and requesting it. They want to listen to it. So it's just like if no one else listens to my music, as long as my family loves it, man, I'm feeling great. I'm on a high. So they loving it, man. Of course, outside of the home, you Superman in the house, and I'm just dad.
Right, right, right. And you definitely, and I'm sure you definitely do a phenomenal job with that as well. So, so for people that don't know, you have a brother who go by the name of Malachi,
Yeah,
and I remember a couple of, and this was probably some years ago, but I had recently found out that y'all two were even related and y'all were brothers. So what's it been like working with your brother and doing little projects and stuff with him? I mean, how's that response been?
it's crazy because it's like we like working with the same person, but we do different things. I rap, he sings, so we do the same thing. So with my music, I don't write anything, and he doesn't either. So we'll come up with 2 3 songs in an hour, and
Mm-hmm.
record it and knock it out. We got songs that people haven't even heard yet, um, that are phenomenal, man. Which is
Mm-hmm.
coming out very soon. But we could easily he could walk. I could walk into a booth, lay down a verse. He'll go on and sing the hook, and it'll be magic. So magic is
Wow.
every time. So it goes to show it's in the blood, man. Because I had to test him. When I found out he was my brother, I'm like, yo, let's try to cook up some, man. Once we did, I'm like, yeah, that's family.
Most definitely, most definitely. Okay, okay. So tell us how long. So when it comes to studio and you being in the studio and you putting out albums and putting out songs and things of that nature, How long are you usually in the studio? You know, what I'm saying, and is it one of those? Is it one of those periods of time where it's like you're in there for hours and hours on end, or do you go in there, do what you got to do, and then get out? How's that process being in the studio?
I would, at minimum, I'm in there for 4 hours. I'm in the studio for
Okay.
4 hours. So that goes into either I had something, and it all depends on how my week went, because I'll go in once or twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to live life to be
Mm-hmm.
motivated. So I have to listen to, whether I'm inspired or whatever I've been through, I take that emotion and put it into the booth. So and I take it, and, I'm in there no longer than about 4 hours because I do a lot of things. So I'll go to the studio and have a meeting, and then right after that meeting I'll go record, and then I'll go
Mm-hmm.
have a meeting with somebody else, and then I'll go record. So one day, you know, once all this stuff clears out, I'll afford you the opportunity to come out and check it out, see how I get it in, and you really see how I really work and how I move and how I record. Because it's an experience that, as any artist, they've seen me. Some artists you may know. Like to ask them, they see me work. They know. They know.
Yeah, most definitely, and I definitely can agree. That's why I said I could definitely agree to that because, like I said, with that, I mean, it's effortlessly, it's endless work, endless body work that you put out. So that brings me to my next point. So when it comes to your catalog of music, about how many albums and songs have you recently put out, or that is already out right now?
As far as albums, I dropped 3 albums so far. I,
Okay.
um, I got 3 albums that I officially dropped, and I got like 3 in the cut.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I've I'm more of a strategic type of person. I don't really want to drop music for the sake of dropping music. I always want to make sure that it's meaningful, and if I can listen to it 10 years from now, that's what I do. I like to record music and kind of sit with it. It's kind of like this wine right here, man. It probably
Mhm.
won't as good when they made
Mhm.
it the first day, but however long it aged, like 7 years later, it's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right. Right.
I'm not saying I take 7 years to release music, because I'm really about to start rolling
Right.
for this fourth quarter. This fourth quarter is gonna be nuts. So what you seen before, you have seen nothing. So it's gonna be
Already.
crazy. So yeah, how I I, I release music. I release music based upon feeling, and I'm very strategic. If you haven't realized it already, I'm strategic about everything.
Right.
So
Right.
I treat the game. I treat life like a game of chess. So I got 3 projects, a few singles, with some of the top artists you can name in the area. I'm on at the point now where we're talking about doing music with some industry artists, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not trying to chase the industry. I'm all about trying to create content that is potent enough that's going to last beyond my time of life.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. Okay, so next thing I want to know, so I want to kind of switch gears for a second because we spoke about the pandemic just a little bit, but we didn't really get into it. But what I want to know from you, being that artist and being at this point in life where the pandemic has struck and it's allowed people to really sit back and really focus more on their career and continue to create and reinvent themselves. But how's that process been for you, just being around the family and being able and having to sit back and learn more things about yourself and create more opportunities for yourself? How's that process been throughout this COVID-19 situation?
It's great, man. It allows me to be able to sit down and take a breather sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You really get a chance to sit down and watch your kids grow, spend
Right,
some time
right,
with your wife, your spouse. It allows you to be able to sit back and just tap into who you are as a human being.
right.
That's why I created this. That's why I partnered up with Modest Productions and
Mhm.
created the Running Legacy campaign. I wanted to figure
Okay.
that if I were to go today, what imprint would I leave on this earth? So I created the Running Legacy campaign with Central to put a deserving individual into school, into a
Okay.
HBCU within
Okay.
these times right now. I protested before. I've done that. I just right now, me personally, I think it's so too much of a high risk right now with my kids to
Mhm.
actually do that. So I wanted to figure out another way for me to do so. So I partnered up with Central to create the Running Legacy Endowment, which is a scholarship for a deserving minority or individual who wants to go to a HBCU, and that's what I created. And these are the T-shirts that we're gonna start pushing to push the endowment,
Okay.
uh,
Oh,
and that's based upon the short film. You heard? I don't know if you heard my song, the song called "Running." This is a play off my
I
song
have.
called "Running."
I
Yeah,
have.
so this is basically it's all about running a legacy.
Okay.
Don't let the legacy run you.
Most definitely. I definitely agree, what I'm saying? Because I tell you, man, this industry, man, it's truly, ongoing, and it's still a lot to learn. And the more you continue to push yourself and continue to have that determination, things are gonna, your expectations of the levels and the goals that you're trying to reach are definitely gonna exceed. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So all right, that's what it is. All right, so now I want to address the elephant in the room, because we all have been affected some way, somehow, some way, form, or fashion by this whole, George Floyd situation. Now, as a father, as a black man, and having a family and having kids, you know, what's been your mindset and your process been like as a dad, just really explaining to your kids more or less, and your wife as well, what's it been like, what's it been like explaining to them this is really, something that we all are sadly having to face once again in life. How's that been for you and your family?
It's one of the moments where, as a kid, when you watch like Martin Luther King and protesting, you see the policemen hosing the black people in the
Mm-hmm.
video, and sicking dogs, and they biting defenseless people who are peacefully protesting.
Right.
It brings you back to that moment, but you're actually living in it. And
Mm-hmm.
this is times two. This is someone who was, I did initially, I didn't want to watch the video because I
Right.
know where I could go as a person, and it takes me to a level, that I don't, it takes me, it unbalanced my balance of peace,
Right.
so when I watched it initially, I was enraged, of course, and I wanted, but through his death, it's going to bring so much. It has. You see what's going on. There's people protesting. There's people speaking out. There's more people looking into their history
Mm-hmm.
as to who they are, and definitely standing up for their rights, because we built this country. We
Right.
built this country, and the rights weren't made for us, but we
Right.
have them. We can use them to our advantage. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I teach my little girls and even my wife. We talk to them that you are young black women in
Right.
America, and when you're around a white person, you should never put your head down. You
Right.
never put your head down. You look at them in your eye, because you're no less than them, because you have just as much rights, if not more, than they
Right.
do.
Right.
So I want to teach them, and people who are watching right now, always be confident with who you are. Never, articulate yourself. Never look at it like you're, oh, when I grew up, when I used to talk around people, my vocabulary is very elaborate. So when
Mm-hmm.
I speak, people say, oh, you're talking white. What is talking white? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What is
Right.
talking white?
Right.
No, this is very, you're basically, because the reason why that is being said, because we've been stuck at a cap of life where we've been stuck there so long, because it became a norm. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So when you try to excel, they try to condemn you because they've been conditioned.
Right.
Our goal is trying to push that threshold, and each one teach one.
Right. Right.
One
I agree.
hand, one hand wash the other, both wash the face.
Right.
So that's what I'm here. That's what I'm here to show my family, and I'm here to show the world. You
Oh,
know.
okay. Okay. I definitely can respect you for that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's definitely one of those responses that I think all fathers and all parents of any kind should really teach their kids, because there's a lot of kids out here, that I'm sure that are seeing this, and they're just like us adults. I know they're wondering, what is going on, how did we get to this, what do we do to change and things of that nature. So, for
Right.
so for you to, teach your daughters that, and to teach your wife, y'all teach each other, and that's definitely what's important at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 Right.
All right, so now I want to get back into the music real quick. So when it comes to giving advice to younger up and coming artists and things of that nature, because I'm pretty sure you've probably had, up and coming artists have come to you for advice and tips. But what advice do you have for the people out there that really needs that solid, that push of not giving up, and being able to continue to push, past their dreams and past their goals? What is that advice that you have for them?
Find your way. What see what works for you, and figure out a way of how you gonna perfect it. I know a lot of people who want to do a lot of stuff at one time. I go to when I'm in the studio, I talk to a lot of young aspiring artists. They say, "Yo, I want to do what you do. I want to be a CEO. I want to have a clothing line. I want to have all this stuff. All that stuff didn't happen overnight. You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
You know, you have to water. You have to water each pot at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You have five. Say, put it like this: you have 5 pots. You can't water all 5 pots with 1 gallon of water. You have
Right.
to take that gallon of water and water each pot until they grow. And then
Right.
once that pot begins to grow, that plant grows, you go to the next pot. So you definitely go through each situation methodically and strategically. Don't be over anxious,
Okay.
and definitely be confident in who you are. Be confident in what your mission is, and be confident with your role. A lot
Okay.
of artists don't want to play their role in this
Right.
industry, but everyone has a role. Not
Right.
everyone can be the top dog. If everyone's the top dog, who's going to record the music? Who's
Right.
going to promote the music? Who's going to take these photos? Who's going to
Right.
be the videographer? If everyone was the chief, where's the Indians?
Right. I agree. I definitely agree with that. That's definitely one of those things, man, that that I find um really befitting for real because a lot of people don't know this, and that's why I always promote on this show. Always make sure you have your pen and your paper because this is very tactical information that's needed in today's society and in today's culture. Because if you don't have it, then I'm not saying you would never succeed, but if you don't have the knowledge and the tools and the wisdom, then how are you going to progress? How are you going to continue to work well in your craft? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
it's all about what I'm saying, taking the time to listen and to take heed and to take notice and to really apply what's being said into your everyday life. So that way you can make a difference and you can be able to say, okay, when I know this is all over, I left a long lasting legacy out here. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was to myself, my family, or whomever it may be. You know what I mean?
Right, right, exactly, exactly. When you said the perfect word, legacy. That's the word, man. What do you want to create that wasn't given to you as a child? When
Right,
I was born, I had nothing. And
right,
when I'm gone, my daughters will have everything.
right.
My
Now let me
family will have everything.
Right now, let me ask you this. Now, you just mentioned, growing up. So, I want to talk to you about that. So, when it came to growing up, was you always like the popular kid growing up, or was you more like, like to yourself and you stayed in your own lane? How was that process for you?
Now, I wasn't a popular kid, but I was always recognized. I was always with the people who were. I was always the person that stayed in my lane, and I wasn't. I wasn't the wave. I created the wave.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? So,
okay,
but I was the person that stayed to myself and just went with what I thought was right. And I wound up in a situation where I had a couple. I was in a situation. I guess you would call it popularity. I
hmm
guess, but it was cool. It was
okay.
cool. I don't know what to call that though. I just called it. I was just doing me.
Give me one second. You said what you want? All right. All right. So that's what it is. That's definitely what it is. So next thing I want to know is when it comes to, what I'm saying, you as an individual and you doing what you do you think that your career and everything like that has really been everything that you wanted it to be, or do you still feel like you have more to go?
I haven't even done that yet, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I haven't even done that. So when people like yourself and others say, I inspire them to do things, or I've done so much, I appreciate it, but you ain't seen nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? The
okay,
stuff that
okay.
I have in my head,
So
I can't even explain to you what the impact, what's about to take place. You just going to have to see it.
okay, okay. So my next thing, so I'm sure we all the BET Awards was for first was canceled. So how did you feel about the BET? I mean, did you even watch it at all, or did you even see any of the footage that was put out for this whole COVID-19 situation?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't. I heard about it.
Yo, can you hear me?
Doing a lot of like video performances and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't watch it.
Okay, okay. All right, now my next two things I want to tap into real quick is when it comes to just just again being that dope individual, like What is for you? What is it that you want the world to take away from your legacy when it's all over?
What do I want the world to take away from my legacy is that I fearlessly had a vision and relentlessly went towards that vision with excellence and top-notch level of quality that's going to last generations beyond me. I'm talking about music that is like on the level of the Michael Jackson and the Princes, and you know, even females like Diana Ross and these type of legends. I want my music. I want my photo to be next to them, the Jimi Hendrix and the Bob Marleys. I want to be mentioned in the same breath as those individuals for not only my music but my message. Because each artist, from Biggie Smalls to Tupac, Michael Jackson and all these other artists, they've had. It's not only the music that and talent that they brought to the table. It's about what they represented and what they stood for, and that's where uh, that's what separates a good artist
Mm-hmm.
from a great artist.
Right, right. I agree. I totally agree. All right, now one other thing, when it comes to the women in this industry, because there are a lot of women that have really been putting on and really have been putting music out here. How do you feel about the women taking over? With this being a male dominated arena.
I love it, man. I got three girls. I got all girls, man. So this is a good opportunity to show them that, sky's the limit when it comes to gender. Gender doesn't mean anything. If you have the right talent, you got the right drive, you got, what I'm saying, you got that good head on your shoulders, you can make anything happen. And the plight of what's going on with the female artists from the Cardi B to the Beyonces is breathtaking and it's refreshing. And it gives my daughters hope that they don't have to be women of taught to be cooks in the kitchen and things like that. They could be much more than a household person.
Right, right. I agree with that. And like I said, that's really the most important lesson of it all. So now I want to kind of segue into is when it comes to your mindset of getting on stage and things of that nature, how do you mentally and physically get prepared to, just go on stage and do what you do best?
Man, I just do it.
You just do it.
Yeah, I
Okay, so
just do it, man.
just look, just like the Nike slogan, right? Just do
Yeah,
it.
I just do it, man. My thing is if the sound is right, that's my big thing because a lot of venues don't have the right sound. So I
Right,
got to make sure, as long as the sound is right and the DJ is on point, you know what I'm saying? You got somebody like Wade Banner, R&B behind there. We good money. Got my man Aston Martin. They know what they doing. So as
right.
long as I'm confident in the DJ and the sound system, I'm ready to go because
Okay.
the music speaks for itself.
Okay. So, I'm sure your ear has been trained to music for a long time, but I want to know a little bit real quick. How has it been for you training your ear like that and really being able to know music just like that?
Like I said, I've been listening to it since a little kid. So since I've been, listening to it over time, you gain, muscle memory. I've heard of muscle memory.
Yeah.
With muscle memory, you also get it here. So with me not writing, it allows me to be able to weave through certain sonic levels of instrumentation and know, what's good and what's not. Now,
Right.
I'm humble enough to have people around me to actually let me know. You gotta be humble enough to have people let you know what is hot and what's not. Like, yo,
Right.
Vito, you shouldn't put that out. Yo, Vito, that's dope.
Right.
You know what I'm
Well, look.
saying? But
Re-
you gotta have a humble head, a humble mind, a humble heart. But you gotta have a mind for what's right and what's not. You just got just be confident.
Right. Well, real quick, my thing said we have a minute left, so I'm gonna need you to come right back. I gotta go and say this out real quick, but I'm gonna need you to come right back so we can finish this thing going out. All right.
Yeah,
All right. So you guys come right back. We about to close. We about to close this thing out. But like I said, thank you guys for watching the first part of Independent Scene episode 100 with my boy Lvitto and yours truly, bro. I'm gonna bring my bro right back. So y'all come right back. All right. Let's get it. Honcho J23 Independent Scene episode 100. Let's go.
right.
All right.